It's going to throw you curveballs that are huge, that are small, that are going to like really irritate you, and that are going to throw you completely off course. How you react and what the outcome is at the ending that you want is really going to help you to make your next decision. Welcome back to the channel, fam. I'm so excited to see you folks again. And where the heck am I? This is not the studio. It's not the studio. As you can see, I am about 4,800 miles away from home plus. Right? I'm not sure exactly what the miles, but it's about 4,800 miles away from home in Hawaii. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland at the Johns Hopkins Hospital, world-renowned hospital here. Me, myself, and my two siblings, my sister and my brother, are here supporting my mom. She had a really a major open heart surgery, but her surgery needed to be done without blood, and it took us forever to find somebody who would be able to help her to do that, and we found an awesome surgeon here who would do it. So we've been here for about a month now. We'll probably be here for another 2 or 3 weeks, just helping mom recover. And as we've been going through this process of supporting her, going through the ups and downs of what it means to go through surgery and understand the recovery, this week's topic has really come to mind, and what that is, what to do when life throws you curveballs. All right, so let's jump into today. All right, so if this is your first time here, hey guys, I am Shan. I'm a breakthrough mindset coach, and I help you to reflect and accept your past so that you can reframe your future. Basically, at birth, badasses. That's what it comes down to. I have the Audacity Academy where I help people through my signature course to do that. We have group sessions. We also have one-on-one add-ons where you can work directly with me to help you through that. But the program will really help you to get to the place in your life that you're trying to get, and really help you to deal with the different curveballs that we're going to talk about. So we just closed our doors a couple of days ago for our spring session, getting ready to start that new class next week. And in the fall, we'll be having another class. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you can see what Shan is about. Also follow me over on Instagram, where I'll be able to share with you daily. Folks will see different things that I share, so you can see not only how I do my work within the academy, but also to see if that's something that might be good for you in the future. Who knows? It just might be. So let's talk about what I was sharing about earlier, and that is what to do when life throws you curveballs. And it really comes down to one thing that you have to have in mind, and that is lead with the outcome. All right, lead with the outcome. What outcome do you want? And I'm just going to use the situation that we have here because it's an easy situation to use, right? The outcome that we want right now, that my mom has had her surgery, is we want her to recover and be able to leave strong and healthy enough to be able to go back home and finish out her recovery. That's it, right? But every day we've been thrown new curveballs, and it started giving me this analogy to life and how we lead and how we react to it, right? And a really good example has been something that's kind of come up in our little hotel room, and our siblings kind of being back together. We don't live together. We're all adults now. So my sister lives in the same town. My brother lives on another island. And so we're spending a ton of time together. And so, irritations come up. And a funny example I wanted to share which will really help to drive home the point of how we react to things. If we are leading with the outcome, remember that's the lesson for today, then we will adjust accordingly. So it's kind of a funny story. Not sure if my brother's going to find it funny, but it's funny. So we're all eating, right? And I hear my brother, and he's just like, and he's eating, just watching his phone or whatever he's watching, right? And he's just eating. I'm looking at him. I'm like, close your mouth. Right? In my head, I'm thinking like, can't you close your mouth when you chew? And he just keeps on going on and on and on. And we might have even told him in the beginning, like, Spencer, stop chewing like that, right? And I noticed as time has gone on, he continues to do it. Not to irritate us, just because that's the way he eats, right? Is that going to get him a date? No. Will that mean that someone might walk off on a date that they're on with him? Yeah, that might happen. But that's not really my problem. That's how he eats, right? Who am I to tell him to change? Who am I to tell him that he needs to do all these things, right? What I really needed to think about was, what is the outcome I want? I want my mom to be released from the hospital, healthy so that we can get her home safely. All right. So what is it going to do if I'm harping on my brother for just the way he is, and then he goes and visits my mom and is explaining to him how, you know, my sisters are always harping on me and like I can't get it. So my mom starts comforting him to be like, hey, it's okay. Maybe you should think about this. Now she's expanding energy to help him feel better. And that is not what she needs to be doing. She needs to be taking on all the good energy, taking on all the healing, right? Not giving it out. So when I think about the end at mine, about how I want my mom to recover, when I see that happen, although it might irritate me and, you know, make me feel a little irritated, I don't say anything, because what I realized was that's a Shan problem. Shan is annoyed by that. Shan is the one who can't handle it per se, right? But what I know now is by not saying anything, by just letting him be, that I'm not causing a potential rift that can be eventually led to my mother, right? And so all these little things, I'm really catching myself from saying things and asking myself, is it really that important, right? This is really a small little example of how you can ask yourself every single day, is it really that important, or is it just a problem to me, right? Because if it's just a problem to you and you're just seeking a way to be comforted by like saying, I'm right, and this is how it should be, and this is how things need to be, and this is how you need to act. Well, you know what, guys? You're going to be very unhappy, because the world doesn't just bow to you. That's not how it works, right? And so understanding these things and always having your outcome in mind will really help you to make the adjustments where needed, right? Really say, like, is it really that important to me? And you might say to yourself, you know what? Yes, it is really important to me. I'm going to yell at him because he shouldn't be eating like that. Well, you know what? There's parts of the world who really want you to slurp and make a lot of noise when you eat. That's like a sign of you love the food, and they want to hear that, right? We, granted, do not live in that part of the world. But the point I'm making is that who are we to judge people on how they do things? And by saying things, what kind of energy are we putting out there? And is that energy that we're putting out there going to reverberate back into the way that we want it so that we get the outcome that we want? In this case, as it pertains to my brother, it does not. So I close my mouth, I shake my head, I have my little moment of where I take a breath to kind of get over it, and then it's done, right? I can just be like, hey, that's how the kid eats. And that is what I want you folks to think about when life throws you curveballs. It's going to throw you curveballs that are huge, that are small, that are going to like really irritate you, and that are going to throw you completely off course. How you react and what the outcome is at the ending that you want is really going to help you to make your next decision on how to move ahead in things. And that's why it's really important that you lead with the outcome in mind. And when you do that, you will really start to see the kind of results that you want. Now, will it be easy to get there? Heck no. In fact, you'll see the results that you want, but you're going to tell yourself like, oh my God, that took a lot of energy for me to get there. Like that was really difficult for me. And the reason it's difficult is because it's new, folks. If you're not already in practice doing this, it's difficult to create a new habit. It's difficult to start doing things the way that you used to do them and to stop doing them, especially if they're not serving you or the greater good for whatever's going on in your life. It is hard to break those habits. But once you start getting the better results that you're craving or that you're looking for, then you start realizing the value and the worth it is that you put in the time to make these adjustments that you need to, so that you have better results in your relationships with your children, your spouse, your parents, or, you know, different curveballs, as you will, that will come up in life. And so I just always want you to think about that. What is the outcome that I want? How do I pull myself out of the situation so that I don't make it worse, so that the outcome can be exactly what I want? The outcome will really help to drive home your behavior, and you will modify. If you want to, you will modify. Some people have a very hard time modifying themselves because, you know, we're in the habits of being who we are. And sometimes in our quest to be who we are, be authentically who we are, we come across as assholes. And maybe authentically who we are assholes, right? Maybe that might need some adjusting. Hint, hint, right? I don't know. You need to figure that out for yourself. And that's why I just want to drop this little gem in your head about leading with the outcome, and how if you think about that, if you're thinking 10 steps ahead, that your step 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will be different. Maybe you're going to step right instead of stepping left. Maybe you're going to step back instead of stepping forward. And all of those small adjustments you make by the time you get to step 10 are going to get you the exact outcome that you want. So I hope this was helpful for you, even though it was just one little tip for you folks to have today. I hope it was helpful. And I just want you folks to continue tuning in and getting more of those gems. I really got more for you, especially now that I'm here having new perspectives in this new space, you know, just really having to do a new thing that kind of takes me out of my normal space, that makes me see things with new eyes, things that I never would have seen. I'm just thinking that I'm coming up here to help my mom through this recovery. I'm learning so much things about my siblings, about my family, but mostly about myself and how I truly, if I say I'm going to be one way, do I truly feel that way? Or am I struggling through my emotions and, you know, my mental functioning? Am I struggling through that? Because if I am, there still needs work still needs to be done. So I've been really enjoying it in that aspect. So I just want to thank all of you folks for sending your love. A lot of people have been sending their loves in the DMs, in text, reaching out to us, you know, hoping for a speedy recovery for my mom, wishing us well. People have been feeding us, you know, different places. My cousin has given us a car. Our husbands have been very supportive in just saying, hey, you do what you got to do up there, even though we miss you. We miss you really hard. We love you guys. All those things definitely will, in the end, when we look back on this, I already know will have been something that we can say that was worth it. It was worth the time. It was worth the effort. It was worth whatever struggle we were going through. It was worth it. And that's what I want you folks to think about when you're looking at the curveballs that come through your life. I'm leading with the outcome, and every step I take to get there will be worth it. That's what I'm going to leave you folks with today. Until I see you folks on the other side, you know what to do, right? Keep evolving, fam. Take care. Bye.